Right guys, real quick one tonight. It might be used to it, might be no use to it at all. I'm just going to show you a quick, easy, short crust pastry. Some of you will have recipes from years ago, you'll know what you're doing. Some of you will have some idea, some of you won't have a clue and you'll probably buy it. So, it's dead easy to make. We shouldn't have to be buying this because it is really, really easy. So, short crust. Just get the scales going. So, the thing that we need to remember for short crust is it's half fat to flour. That is the only thing you need to worry about. So, 100 grams of butter, or if you're using margarine, use margarine. I just like butter, it just gives it a little bit more. That'll do. So 100 grams of butter. So in the same bowl, we need 200 grams of flour. So we're going to top this up to 300 now in total. So right. So that's perfect. Right, the next big job on this is we need to try and get this the fat incorporated into the flour. So all we're doing is we're just with the fingers mixing the flour through, yeah? We need to get that all incorporated. So just like that, just feed it through the fingers like that. Spend a little bit of time doing this. You don't want massive lumps in your pastry. You want it all incorporated really, really well. Pretty similar to when I did the the doughs for the samosas. We just used oil instead of the thingy. But you need to make sure it's all incorporated really well. That's the key to this. You can do it in a food processor. I prefer to do it by hand, to be fair. So you'll see once the thingy, it's almost like a crumble topping. You know when you do your topping for your apple crumble, that's what it'll look like. Drag this down, if you can see that. So yeah, so all that butter is incorporated within that flour, yeah? Right, quick wash of the hands. So we're going to get a few photos tonight of what people's having for tea. It's awesome, this group. You know, everyone getting involved, posting stuff up all the time. It's really, really good. Encourages a lot of people as well. So we need one whole egg. That's going to go in. That's a medium egg. So one medium egg, just a spoon. And then we're just going to incorporate that with a spoon. The thing with short crust is that we don't want to overwork it. Because the more we overwork this, the shorter it's going to get. So if you notice, I'm just using a spoon rather than kneading it with my hand. And that's it, it's come together. What I would normally do is let that rest then. Just in the fridge, 20-30 minutes. But we don't really have that luxury, so I'm going to have to go straight and roll this. So, right, so a little bit of flour, not too much, don't go heavy-handed on the flour, just a bit at a time. So I'm just going to split this because I want enough for sort of a lid and enough for the base. So slightly more for the base. Like I say, it might be some use to you, it might be no use to you. But I thought with me doing pies anyway, I thought I'd come on and just show you. I'll save it to the announcements. It might be something that you come back to at a later date. Or you might not use it at all. Right, so for my pie ones, all I use, I don't know if you saw my Yorkshire puddings the other day, I use the same ones for the Yorkshire pudding, not the same ones, but the same style for the giant ones. These are, I think they were from the pound shop or something. So they're like 8-inch cake tins. Let's use these for the pies. It's just easy enough. Right, so the next job is trying to get this little one off here. So this is the base. So all we need to do take your rolling pin and just feed it on and then roll it backwards. That's it. So we pick that up now and then we just position it where we want and straight over. That's going to be the easiest way to do it rather than trying to sort of fiddle around trying to get it off the surface and then, you know, it's all in bits and we're having to bodge it and patch it and all that. Right, so the next thing is the filling. Use whatever filling you want. One for reusing. So basically yesterday I had the gammon with a little bit of pork. So the gammon, I saved half of that, I reserved half of that for tonight. So what I've done is, this will make 2 8-inch pies. So I had the gammon that was left, I had 2 leeks that I've just quickly boiled off and then refreshed. And then I had 1 chicken breast, that's all it is. And that'll serve 4. And it's just in a white sauce like we did for the carbonara. And I've just added a little bit of cheddar in there, just a little background flavour as well. So that's that one. I sometimes normally go for like just if it's like a chicken one, I'll go for like a puff pastry lid, or the phyllo is quite nice, just to scrunch it up like a ruffle pie. Just scrunch it up on top. That's really cool. Right, so next we need the lid. So just take that out of the lid. We're just going to roll this out. This size, he says, roughly to the size of the tin. Obviously that resting helps with the butter and that. It is quite soft, this. If you do rest it in the fridge, then it sets up a little bit better. Right, try and get away with that if we can. If it'd be big enough. Yes, that's big enough. Right, so what we need to do is what I've forgotten, because I was gauging the thing, is just brush the edge with a little bit of beaten egg. Just all the way around that rim, just to help that seal. Just helps it stick down. Right, just put that back down. Like that. And then all we need to do is trim that off. Just with a knife, trim it right round the edge. Like I say, the resting of it is the important part as well, because it does make it a bit more pliable. So we're just going to crimp. So just take your finger, take your other 2 like this, and just crimp like that. So them 2 like that, hold, and then push the other through just to crimp, just like that, all the way around. Just crimp, crimp. Just keep going until you've gone right to the edge. We're just going to put a couple of little dashes in the top. This just helps to release some of that steam. And then just a beaten egg. Just going to put that over the top. This will just help to glaze it up nicely. So that'll go into the oven for around 40 minutes on about 180 to 200. So wait a second, and I'll bring that back up for a minute. I'll bang that in the oven. It's already preheated. So the next job, to show you what it comes out looking like. So this is what you'll end up with. I'll turn that camera around, we'll have a little look. So it's really, really easy, yeah? So we'll come out with something like that. Nicely crimped, yep. Cooked right the way through. Short crust, it'll be real crumbly, really nice. Like I said, don't overwork it, because if you overwork the pastry, it's just going to go to dust. You still want it to hold up, but be nice and flaky. Look at that. Right, I'm off to go and enjoy that.